My trading is very based on trading psychology. I understand that the market is a zero-sum game. Money doesn't come from thin air. It comes from somebody else's account.
We have my man Mighty Stocks from Merciless Trading, and he's going to be going over one of his favorite setups, which is scalping the long side when it comes to halts.
So the stock is halted up at 689, and remember, all I'm thinking right now is short sellers are going to cover it instantly. I'm just trading the psychology behind it. As you can see that the trade came and went there and you didn't even see it, but if you take a glance at my P&L down here, I'm up $1,900.
Most of your strategy is all based around where are people getting.
Exactly. 99% of these small caps, after making over 100% moves, they...
Wow, this number really blows my mind. Over 75% of you who watch the show regularly are not subscribed. If you enjoy the show and want to support us, the easiest and also free way is just to hit that subscribe button. This will help us find new and better guests, and I promise you to continue to work at making this show better and bringing you more value. Welcome back, everybody, to Be The Trader. Today is going to be a special day because we have the laptop out and we have my man Mighty Stocks from Merciless Trading, and he's going to be going over one of his favorite setups, which is scalping to the long side when it comes to halts. Take it away, my man.
Yes, for sure. So the first thing I want to talk briefly upon is stock selection. When I first started how to trade, I didn't know what to trade. Pretty much I was trading Netflix every day. But when trading around halts, and especially when trading against short sellers, stock selection is paramount. So typically my 5 criteria is I'm trading the leading gapper in the entire US market.
Yep.
I'm trading whatever is gapping up the most. I want to be trading something priced between $1 and $10 because usually that's where I do the best. I don't like trading penny stocks because commissions are massive. And then over $10, $15 a share, the spreads get too huge to the point the share size that I use and the risk doesn't make sense anymore. So priced 1 to 10, then I also want to be looking for a small float. Why a small float? That's primarily because the smaller the float, the less buying and selling the stock is going to need for it to fly up and down. And since a big part of my edge, as you can see here, is looking at the level 2 and looking at a 10-second chart, I want to trade a stock that is not very thick. The moment I see a burst of buying, the moment I see green on the tape, that's good enough for me to buy in. Because since the float is very small, usually one buyer can send the stock flying, or a big seller can send the stock tanking, right? Whereas if you're trading Tesla, Apple, or Netflix, it doesn't matter what the level 2 says. You can see huge buyers, huge sellers, it doesn't matter, right? Yep. The float is so massive that it's going to take a lot of that for it to move anywhere. So you can get a lot of false signals whenever the float is massive like that. But anyways, that's the third criteria, small float, the smaller the better. And then number 4, I want to be waiting for the first halt up. My trading is very based on trading psychology. I understand that the market is a zero-sum game, and somebody needs to lose for me to make money. Money doesn't come from thin air. It comes from somebody else's account. And when they trading small cap momentum, that somebody else is usually short sellers getting caught. Beginning short sellers, failing short sellers. I mean, trading is very hard, so there's a lot of people that fail.
Yes.
And in a halt up, it's usually a scenario in which short sellers are caught off guard because 99% of these small caps, after making over 100% moves, they retrace the entire thing. So it is a very popular strategy for short sellers to just short every spike, short every pop, short every small cap, and look for that fade towards zero. At the end of the day, short sellers make money on the downside, right?
Right.
So, that's typically the strategy. Whenever a stock is making new highs, they just short it, and that works 90% of the time. But on the stock that doesn't work and it does get halted up, they are going to be forced to cover. And when they cover, when they are wrong and they need to close their position, they need to buy back the shares that they initially shorted. And that buying back means buying. And then for us hyper-scalpers to the long side, we see that as blood in the water. And that's when we really start day trading the price action and the time it sells. It's when you feel the blood in the water. And that usually comes after a halt up, right? Because just put this on your own shoes, assuming you're a long bias trader. If you are caught on a halt down, the first thing you're thinking of is,
I gotta get out.
Get me out of it. It doesn't matter the price, doesn't matter when, just get me out now. So that's the same mindset short sellers are gonna have on a halt up, right?
Makes
so
sense.
I'll be looking here, ticker symbol ATCH, just for you to get oriented here in my live stream. We have the live positions right here. We have the level 2, and then we also have a 10-second chart. As a hyper scalper, I want the fastest time frame possible because my winners are so small that if I'm looking at a 5-minute chart, 10-minute chart, the trades I take can come and go and the chart can barely move. All right, so again, the setup here is short sales are in pain, so I'm looking for that continuation to the upside.
So it's already halted right now.
Yeah, it's already halted right now.
Okay.
As you can see, the level 2 says trading paused
Yep.
at 9:57 due to its volatility. Trading paused.
I want to take a couple of seconds to say thank you to our sponsor, Cobra Trading. Cobra Trading is the go-to broker for short sellers. And I'm not the only one saying this. In fact, Benzinga awarded Cobra Trading as the go-to broker for short selling. And Forbes Advisor did an exhaustive research on day trading brokers. And Cobra Trading was the only broker awarded in 2 categories, one of them being customer service. They have a heavy focus on direct market access order routing, so you have the fastest execution. They have some of the best locate prices and availability. Look, I've experienced many different brokers, and it's why I choose to use them every single day, and I'm proud to have them as our sponsor. Sign up now by using the link below, and Cobra Trading will give you 100 days of free commission, 3 months of free software, and 33% off commission for life. Now let's get back to the show.
So the stock is halted up at 689. And remember, all I'm thinking right now is short sellers are going to cover it instantly. Doesn't matter the price, doesn't matter anything. They are caught off guard and they're looking to get out of the way as fast as they can. So the stock resumes. It's trading now at 645. But this doesn't mean much to me. I'm just trading the psychology behind it. So I'm instantly in. I usually buy 5,000 share blocks. As you can see, the trade came and went there and you didn't even see it. But if you take a glance at my P&L down here, I'm up $1,900.
Oh shit, okay, go again. Yeah, you're right.
The stock opens. I know that people are in trouble, so I instantly buy, right? Oops. So I'm in at 662. I usually trade around 4,000 shares. Oops. And I'm selling that pop all the way up to, I think it came back to 7.
Yep.
Made like $500 there. And once I see panic in the air, I'm pretty much just recycling every dip. Like for example, I'm back in here at 644, made another few $100. Back in there at 650. Now I'm looking for breakout over 7.
And all your decisions are based off the tape right now? Or both the tape and the 10-second chart?
Mostly the 10-second chart, I think.
Okay.
But primarily the
Just
idea
idea
behind
and
people are
psychology.
getting squeezed. So pretty much any dip,
You just want to be buying dips.
I just want to be buying because I understand that the zone that we are now in the chart is short squeeze territory.
Yep.
So like, just like that, I made like $2,600. And you know, if you look at the 10-second chart, at any other point in the day, it's just noise. It's just a bunch of random stuff. If you look at the level 2, at any other point in the day, it's just noise. It's just random stuff. If you look at the level 2 on Netflix, at any time in the day, it's just noise. But if you have this criteria that I just mentioned earlier, this is what I trade every day. This is my strategy pretty much. Then whatever the 10-second chart says means something. It's like a valid signal that you can take on. But yeah, that was the trade. I mean, we were halted, I think 650. We got that continuation all the way up to 750.
And now you're done playing it. Like that's that small window that you have the edge, or is you still playing throughout the day? Like how?
No, now I might be done. Not for the day, but I might be done until the next setup.
Okay.
And again, that next setup is not a specific chart pattern. It's more of the next level. I would think short sellers can get squeezed again,
So
or the next
it's
stock.
based off of that. Your whole entire, most of your strategy is all based around where are people getting screwed or where are people having to get out and panic.
Exactly. And that was a big part of me becoming profitable. It's like you go from fluff textbook trading to what really happens and how you actually can find an edge over somebody else. So
I love that you showed that and shared that information because, I mean, number one, if anyone's traded for any length of time, when they're stuck in those halts and they are short, like you said, I just want to get out. And when they're long and they're stuck on a hold down, same thing. I just want to get out. So this idea, what you're talking about, can be implemented both to the short side, it seems like, and to the long side.
right, and there's many setups like this. This is just one example, and it's my favorite. But short sellers are covering at many places during the day. They can also cover for profit. So for example, the inverse of that would be a panic flush. If the stock just dropped $5 a share, the trading psychology then is I'm going to buy because short sellers are about to cover for profit, right?
Yep.
And then I'm going to be buying, and then I'm going to be capitalizing on that little wave of them just covering from those lows. So
do you have like ever go for those kind of moves? Like, do you ever go for like, you see this go to 9? Let's just say it goes to 9. Like, are you ever trying to hold a piece? I'm just curious.
to hold a piece,
Like,
no, but I would say that's something that I have to work on because it happens way too often that I only sell for a few cents, for $1,000, let's say. And then just like you say, it's not uncommon that this stock goes to 9.
Yeah,
straight from
but
here.
maybe that is the edge, right? Like always sticking to that. I don't know. I'm just curious.
I would say I thought that was the edge
Yeah.
until I met bigger traders than myself.
Gotcha.
Like for example, there's Relentless Traders, Trading with Tim, Savvy. All these guys trade bigger shares than I do.
And they're holding for.
And they're holding. And
okay.
I thought that was the edge, and that's what actually helped me turn the corner. So I held on to that like if it was my if my life depended on it. But then all of a sudden I come to one of these meetings and Savvy is like, why are you selling there? Like the stock just bounced 20 cents. Like, don't you see this target at 9? And he's holding 30,000 shares for $1 a share. And then all of a sudden I'm like, wow, you know what? You're right. So you find little things that you start improving upon. And then I'm trying to get better at holding.
Yep.
I've got to get better at holding.
Well, I appreciate you sharing this, man. And do you trade live on YouTube, or could you tell us a little bit about where they can find more about you?
Yeah, I trade out live on YouTube. This is the exact same screen that you see here. I go by Mighty Stocks if you want to check out the trades. I must say this is very high risk trading, so it's not for everyone, but I do share this type of stuff.
Awesome. Well, thanks, brother, for being here today and sharing that with everyone.
All right, bro. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for finishing today's episode. If you're watching on YouTube, please leave a comment below of one of the takeaways that you are going to implement into your own trading. And if you happen to be listening on a podcast platform, go ahead and leave us a review and let us know what you enjoy about today's episode, because that does go a long way in helping us continue to grow. Again, thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.